Someone says, "You look cool." And he smiles proudly until he realizes they were talking about the cool sticker stuck to his shirt. Have you ever had one of those days where everything just seems to click? Or you wake up, look in the mirror, and think, yeah, today's a good day. That was me this morning. I picked out my favorite shirt. My lucky jeans. The ones that just fit right. You know, I even spent an extra 5 minutes on my hair trying to get that perfect, effortless look. Walking out the door, I felt like I was on top of the world, ready to conquer whatever came my way. I decided to treat myself to a coffee from that fancy little cafe downtown. The one with the artisanal beans and the baristas who all look like they stepped out of a magazine. As I strolled down the street, I caught my reflection in a shop window and gave myself a little nod. Looking good, I thought. Really good. The sun was shining, a gentle breeze was blowing, and I had a confident swagger in my step. I felt like the main character in a movie, and the city was my set. When I got to the cafe, the line was a bit long, but I didn't mind. It just gave me more time to bask in my own glory. I was leaning against the counter, scrolling through my phone, feeling a sense of calm, confidence. Then, it happened. A person next to me, someone I'd never seen before, turned and looked directly at me. They had this genuine, admiring smile on their face. They leaned in slightly, as if to share a secret, and said, "Hey, you look cool?" My heart did a little flutter. All the effort, the shirt, the hair, it had all been worth it. A total stranger in this trendy cafe thought I looked cool. My smile probably stretched from ear to ear. I stood up a little straighter, puffed out my chest just a bit, and gave them a smooth, appreciative nod. "Thanks," I said, trying to sound as suave as I felt. "I appreciate that." I felt a wave of validation wash over me. It's one thing for your friends to compliment you, but a stranger? That's the real deal. I spent the next few minutes in line replaying the moment in my head. You look cool. Simple, direct, powerful. I imagined telling my friends about it later. They'd be so impressed. Yeah, just standing in line for coffee, and this super stylish person just came up and told me I look cool. No big deal. I was already planning how I'd casually drop it into conversation. Maybe I should start coming to this cafe more often. It was clearly a place where my aesthetic was appreciated. My self-esteem was soaring. I was no longer just feeling like the main character. I was the main character! When I finally got to the front of the line, I ordered my usual latte with an extra shot of confidence. As the barista was making my drink, I glanced down at my shirt, ready to admire the very fabric that had earned me such high praise. And that's when I saw it. Stuck right in the middle of my chest, a little bit crooked, was a bright, neon yellow sticker. It was one of those round ones kids get at the dentist's office. And on it, in big, bold, bubbly letters, was the word, cool. My world came to a screeching halt. The confident swagger, the movie star feeling, the soaring self-esteem it, all deflated like a sad balloon. I looked back to where the person who complimented me had been standing, but they were gone. They weren't admiring my perfectly chosen outfit or my effortlessly styled hair. They were just reading a sticker. A sticker. I probably picked it up from my nephew's toy box this morning when I was rushing out the door. It must have been stuck to my hand and then transferred to my shirt. I peeled the sticker off my shirt, the sticky residue feeling like a mark of shame. I looked at the bright yellow circle in my hand. Cool! It was mocking me. The barista called my name and handed me my latte. I took it, my face burning with embarrassment. That smooth, appreciative nod I gave. That suave thanks, I must have looked like a complete idiot. They weren't complimenting me. They were just stating an observation. It was like saying, "Hey, you have a nose." I quickly walked out of the cafe, not daring to make eye contact with anyone. The city that had felt like my movie set now felt like a stage for my public humiliation. The gentle breeze now seemed to whisper. He thought they meant him. I walked home, replaying the new version of the event in my head. The stranger's smile was no longer one of admiration, but probably one of amusement. They were probably thinking, "Look at this guy with a kid sticker on his shirt." And my proud, chest-puffed-out reaction. Cringe! Utter, complete cringe! When I got home, I looked in the mirror. The hair was still good, the shirt was still my favorite, but the magic was gone. I stuck the cool sticker on the mirror frame as a reminder that sometimes things aren't what they seem. A reminder that maybe, just maybe, it's better not to assume every compliment is about your inherent, undeniable coolness. And a reminder to always check for stray stickers before leaving the house. It's funny, though. After the initial wave of embarrassment passed, I started to laugh. It was a ridiculous situation. I had built up this entire narrative in my head based on a complete misunderstanding. It's a classic case of mistaken identity, except it was my ego that was mistaken. Life has a funny way of keeping you humble, doesn't it? One minute you're the king of the world. The next you're just a guy with a sticker on his shirt. But you know what? In a weird way, it was kind of liberating. It made me realize how much stock we put into other people's opinion. I was so happy because I thought a stranger approved of my look, and I was so embarrassed when I thought they were just reading a sticker. But at the end of the day, I was the same person. I still liked my outfit. I still felt good before the compliment. The only thing that had changed was my perception of someone else's perception of me. It's a mental maze when you think about it. So I've decided to embrace the story. It's a good one, after all! It's a reminder not to take myself too seriously. And hey, for a few glorious minutes, I felt like the coolest guy in that cafe. And that feeling, even if it was based on a lie, was pretty great. Maybe the real lesson is to find that confidence within yourself. So it doesn't matter if someone is complimenting you or just reading your shirt. You're cool either way. Sticker or no sticker. Now, whenever I'm feeling a little too proud of myself, I just glance at that little yellow sticker on my mirror and have a good laugh. It keeps me grounded. And it's a story I'll definitely be telling my friends. Not the swap. Impressive version I originally planned, but the real embarrassing and much funnier one. Because let's be honest, those are always the best stories anyway. Thanks for listening to my tale of momentary glory and epic misunderstanding. I hope it brought a smile to your face. If you like stories like this, give me a like and subscribe for more. See you next time!